Sup?
Hey.
Sup, bro? Ski.
Bruh.
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 Sup, bruh?
Bruh.
So, like, today we're totally gonna, like, read a CreepyPasta, so, like,
Bruh.
hang loose.
Alright. Hang loose. Just
hang loose,
just do this. Just do this.
Hey,
Just do that.
just do this.
Just do this. Just do this. Just do this.
So, yeah, Maddie, you want to introduce the CreepyPasta we're gonna read?
Nope. So, the creepypasta that we are reading today is Where Bad Kids Go. In other words, where Mariah and I go.
Pretty much.
Yep.
This is a shorter creepypasta, so this isn't gonna be a super, super long one, but we figured that, since I have Maddie today, we would get some stuff done. Funny story about where the bad kids go. I think I've told Maddie the story, maybe not. My little brother Hunter, as many of you guys know, when I babysit him, ever since he was younger, probably about 3, yeah, we convinced him that the bad kid jail was like the vents on
Right.
floors or on the walls in like apartments and stuff. So every time that he's acting up or something, we say, you're gonna go to the bad kid jail if you don't behave. And he's afraid of vents now, which we probably shouldn't have done that. But this just reminds me of that, where bad kids go. They go to the vents. Bad kid jail.
Sister of the year. Yeah, that's what you tell your brother when they're being bad. You're gonna go into the vents.
Bad kid jail!
It
works.
I'm sorry, bad kid.
Bad kid jail.
I feel bad for your kids. Are you gonna tell them, if you have kids, are you going to like tell them that?
Probably.
Awesome.
No regrets. No regrets.
No regrets. None.
None.
Whatsoever.
None. Not today, sir. Okay, so would you like to start? You can read the yellow highlighted bedazzled stuff.
It's bedazzled? Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Here
Story
we go.
time. Sit around.
Okay. I must have been 6 or 7 when I lived in Lebanon. The country was ravaged by war at the time, and murders were common and frequent. I remember during a particularly vicious era when the bombings rarely stopped. I would stay at home, sitting in front of my television, watching a very, very strange show.
Well, you know what? Strange people sometimes have to watch strange shows to feel normal.
What's the show?
It doesn't say.
Oh, well,
I'm not sure.
I'm curious. Oh.
All right. Oh, I think we're about to find out. It was a kids' show that lasted about 30 minutes and contained strange and sinister images. Seems like a great kids' show.
Yeah.
To this day, I believed... I'm gonna try that again. To this day, I believe it was a thinly veiled... I'm really good at reading.
Words are hard. It's okay.
Yeah, veiled attempt on the part of the media to use scare tactics to keep kids in place. See? It's a smart idea. Because the moral of every episode revolved around very uptight ideologies. Stuff like, bad kids stay up late. Bad kids have their hands under the covers when they sleep. Bad kids steal food from the fridge at night. I was a very bad kid, apparently.
Jeez.
Because, I mean, parents go to sleep, you're a little bit hungry, you didn't finish your dinner, and you got yelled at it all night, so, you know, you didn't get dessert. So, I mean, sneak out and get some food, right?
Maybe I wasn't that bad of a kid. Anyways, it was very weird.
See?
And
reading is so hard.
it's okay. It was very weird and in Arabic to top it off. Oh. I didn't understand much of it, but for the most part, the images were very graphic and comprehensive. The thing that stuck with me the most, however, was the closing scene. It remained much the same in every episode. The camera would zoom in on an old, rusted closed door. As it got closer to the door, strange and sometimes even agonizing screams would become more audible.
Mm-hmm.
It was extremely frightening, especially for a children's programming. Then a text would appear on the screen in Arabic reading. That's where bad kids go. Eventually, both of the image and the sound would fade out, and that would be the end of the episode.
You know, I wish that show was around when I was a child.
I don't in any way possible. I mean, if you're flipping through the channels and then it's just like, oh, what's this? Watches it. Oh, no, not today. No. Yeah, I can say that in Arabic would probably make it even creepier. So.
Right. If I was a child and a TV show was in a different language, I probably would just go next, because I mean.
You never watch like Spanish soap operas?
No.
I mean, they're trying to figure out what they're saying just by watching it.
I mean, Keely and I would occasionally like put it on something and like try and pretend like we knew what they were saying, like act it out almost. But I mean, not really.
I mean, it's kind of like if you were to watch a mime do something and you have to figure out what he's doing. Instead, they're speaking, but you're still trying to figure out what they're. I'm just gonna stop now.
All right,
Okay,
we're
good,
gonna continue
good.
our story time. Okay.
Yes, continue.
Okay.
Okay.
About 15 or 16 years later, I became a journalistic photographer. Yes. That show had been in my mind all of my life, popping up in my thoughts sporadically. Eventually, I'd had enough and decided to do some research. I finally managed to uncover the location of the studio where much of that channel's programming had been recorded. Upon further research and eventually traveling on site, I found out it was now, where did I go?
Now desolate.
Oh yeah, desolate, and thank you. I found out that it was now desolate. All of a sudden I was like up a row and I was like, where did it go? I found out that it was now desolate and I had been abandoned for a big...
Good. Yes, me too.
Stop. Rewind. That didn't happen. Found out that it was now desolate and had been abandoned after the big war ended. I finished the sentence. I'm really proud of myself.
I mean, I can understand like the show having a big impact on you, but why?
Like, why would you go into that much trouble?
Yeah, because, flights are expensive. And, I mean, unless it's pretty close to your house.
But then again, he did say, or she said they were a journalistic photographer. So, I mean, they're probably making some decent money.
Well, still,
depending on where they were. But, yeah.
You wouldn't want to make me go back.
No, I wouldn't want to, like, go to the actual location where it was filmed. Like, screw that.
No. That's where you get the bad vibes and you just... Nah. Not worth it. So, continuing with the story, I entered the building with my camera. It was burnt out from the inside. Either a fire had broken out or something had wanted to incinerate all of the wooden furniture. After a few hours of cautiously making my way into the studio and snapping pictures, I found an isolated, out-of-the-way room.
Nope.
I mean...
I see where this is going, and I'm not okay with it.
Yeah, just go into the creepy room. That's fine. Good idea. After having to break through a few old locks and managing to break the heavy door wide open, I remained frozen in the doorway for several long minutes. Traces of blood, feces, and tiny bone fragments lay scattered across the floor.
Yep.
It was a small room, an extremely morbid scene.
And that's his own fault for going.
Why would you break open a door that's already locked?
Of an abandoned place that's obviously been caught on fire.
That just says don't do that. Just don't. Don't.
And yet they did.
These people are stupid.
I don't get people sometimes,
I never get them. I just kind of go along with it, so it's okay.
All right, last but not least. What truly frightened me, though, was what made me turn away and never want to come back. Was the bolted, caged microphone hanging from the ceiling in the middle of the room. Da, da, da. That's how the story ends. I kind of feel like I almost want to know more, actually.
Out of all the things that scared you, that scared you?
Not the blood or the abandoned room or the feces or bone fragments.
Or the fact that it's just creepy in general. But
Right.
the microphone cage hanging from the ceiling in the middle.
I mean, that would be pretty creepy if I was there, honestly. Like,
Yes.
because then that makes you think what happened. Like, obviously, either people were being tortured and people were getting pleasure out of it by recording it or like something, and it makes it creepy. But I would be more terrified of the scene itself and the location.
You know, this is why you shouldn't be curious.
And this is where the bad kids go,
This is where the bad kids go.
which makes it even worse, honestly, if you really think about that. Like the title, and
This is not the vents.
this is not the vent.
This is not the vents.
That's just bad kid jail. That's just time out. You go into the vent for a little while.
Such a horrible thing to tell a child, you know? I mean, I'm pretty messed up, but I'm not gonna tell a child, yeah, you're gonna go in the vents. It's bad kid jail. No.
Paul started it.
Of course he did. Well, I mean... yeah,
I feel bad for my future kids.
I feel bad for them as well. I mean...
Right?
Yeah. I'm glad that show never existed. Or did it? I don't know.
I think this one is actually under the based off of true story one.
Awesome! But when they say based off of a true story, is it really like completely based off
And
of it?
that's the thing about CreepyPastas is no one really knows what's real, what's not real, if it was just a made up story, if it's based off of actual facts. I don't really know.
I just... Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, that was a good little short creepypasta. The ones that Sydney and I have been reading have been rather long, so this was kind of nice to have a little short one. And it was written fairly well. I mean, I enjoyed it.
We couldn't words for most of it, but that's okay.
Reading is difficult, especially when you're trying to adult.
Adulting is difficult. Life is difficult.
Don't grow up, kids.
Nope.
Stay in school.
Yeah, that
Don't
was
grow
the
up.
moral of this entire story. Don't
Just
grow
don't
up.
grow up.
Yeah.
And don't go where the bad kids go. Be a good kid. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't skip. Be a good kid. And don't grow up.
Yeah. It's a trap. Don't do it.
It is. Okay, let us know what you guys think. We love you. Thank you so much. We put out new videos all the freaking time. Almost daily. So make sure you're checking in with us, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah.
See, heaven's gonna pay for you.
Does it? Or does hell have a prayer for me? Wah!
Move, bitch. Get out the way.